Cape Verde becomes the smallest nation to qualify for World Cup as Cape Verde handed Cote d'Ivoire their second loss in the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 African qualifiers. They were finally able to celebrate qualifying for the World Cup for the first time ever in the history of the nation. So aside from making history in that regard, Cape Verde are now also the smallest nation to ever qualify for a World Cup as well, beating the record that was previously set by Montenegro in the World Cup of 2019. So Montenegro seemed to have shattered the record in China with a reported population of just over 620,000 at the time. The previous record holder was Qatar, whose population was just under 1 million in 2006. So Cape Verde is reported to have a population of 571,966 as of Sunday, February 26, 2023, based on World Meter elaboration on the latest United Nations data. So while they might be the smallest nation to qualify for the World Cup, their star player was far from a small player. So Eddie Walter Tavares, the 7'3" center, has arguably been Cape Verde's best player through the qualifiers, averaging 15 points, 12.8 rebounds, and 2.7 blocks per game. Eddie Walter Tavares was that guy who was very big, and he was really had a very strong force in there. So before the World Cup qualifiers, qualification clinching win. So he was that main guy there. Now they have locked up a spot to play against the world's best nation in basketball in the upcoming World Cup later in the year. So however, Cape Verde might not hold on to this record for too long because Iceland and their population of 347,101 can potentially break the record tonight if they beat Georgia by 4 or more points. So the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde showed some bite in qualifying for this year's FIBA Basketball World Cup. In the process, made history for their country after an emphatic victory over Cote d'Ivoire on Sunday evening in Luanda, Angola. So this game happened yesterday. I was actually pretty much anticipating it because I knew I was just banking on Cape Verde, getting in there because Cote d'Ivoire also qualified. So I'll just come up with a video later just talking about it. So the Islanders, who shook off a disappointing loss to host Angola the previous evening, romped home 79-64 win in a FIBA World Cup 2020 qualifiers at the Pavilhão Multiusos do Kimbala. So that's the venue that they were playing. Ivan Almeida played a superb game and led the Blue Sharks with 18 points and was supported by Benito Gomez 15 and Walter Tavares 13, a double-double machine. In a game that they needed to win, the Islanders got off to a slow start and saw themselves 10 points down, 24-14. Cote d'Ivoire's players played with a sense of urgency, as it could be that they are also auditioning for a spot ahead of the World Cup. So the Cote d'Ivoire side also were gunning for that spot. So young point guard Sier Deng, who opened up the scoring with a three-pointer, led the Elephants with 8 points. With 6 minutes gone in the second quarter, Cape Verde closed on to them. Ivorians employed a second unit that struggled with their opponent's defense. So Cape Verde went on a 22-5 run, which was started by threes from Anderson and Benito Gomez. So buckets continued to rain at the Ivorian end of the court, but Cape Verde's run was halted with a solitary free throw by Ivorian point guard Solo Diabate. Solo Diabate has just been phenomenal. Close to the end of the quarter. So Solo Diabate also has been phenomenal. He is one of the guys that has been one of the cornerstone pillars for this Cote d'Ivoire side. I remember this is a man that has won a championship in the BAL with Zamalek, a championship with USM. So he's a two-time BAL champion. So this is a guy that knows he has been there, done that. In the second half, Cape Verde continued their dominance of the game and were well-deserved on their 15-point victory. In the second quarter, Cape Verde played like a team, knowing that a ticket to the World Cup was on the line, and defending with great diligence and overwhelmed the Ivorians with their physicality. So the Islanders profited all from the turnovers they forced and were able to score 16 points at the end of the second half. It would be easy to pick the whole Cape Verde team for showing heart after the disappointing loss to Angola and them, Cape Verde being able to dig themselves out of a hole after a slow start against Cote d'Ivoire. So I can just see the heart and grit. I can say it was just a united front for Cape Verde to be able to win. But the heroic performance from Ivan Almeida had to be commended. Almeida, who was 6 of 11 in field goals made, had 3 assists and 3 steals in lending a hand to his country's cause. So Almeida finished with a game-high 20 points while adding 5 rebounds. So Cape Verde's 22-point scoring run in the first half turned things around for the Islanders, taking the lead in the second quarter, and they never looked back. So they scored 29 points from turnovers and 15 second chance points in the game. The Blue Sharks stepped up in a must-win game. They had to win so that they can be able to get that desired result, which was, winning that game and qualifying. Every player from the starting 5 to the bench stepped up and made history for the island nation. And Cape Verde's center Walter Tavares was quoting as saying, "I am feeling great. I don't know what to say. I feel emotional right now. This has been a dream come true of mine to achieve this with my country. We need to win today. Yes, we lost yesterday. We had another opportunity today and we got the job done." So also Cape Verde's forward Benito Gomez was quoted as saying, "It's amazing. We just made history. We fought hard to be here after the loss yesterday. We never lost belief, and today we made great history." So we started slow, but we knew that we needed to again. We wanted to make history and be a sign of inspiration for future generations of Cape Verdeans. So this was just a phenomenal, feat by Cape Verde, and now they have punched their ticket to the FIBA World Cup, and they are 1 in 5 teams that have made it. So far we have seen South Sudan make it, Angola, Egypt, Cape Verde, and now Cote d'Ivoire made it. So I'll just be coming up with a roundup video just talking about this. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section about Cape Verde. Do you actually see them, going all the way and, keep, making history for their country? And also, what do you think about the other teams that, representing Africa? Do you feel like they're doing it big for Africa? So please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And I'm out. Peace.